Okay, so this is what our schedule starting from today. This is what we are going to cover every Saturday. So in this session today, we will be covering support and resistance, and next Saturday, RSI, triangles, Bollinger Bands. And then after learning these four, then we will start using the strategy and we'll try to understand how to trade on the equities. And then we will discuss about what is forward contracts and FNO. In FNO, what is arbitrages, hedging, and speculations. Okay, right. So let me directly take you through the charts and we will talk about the support and resistance. And I'm just using trading view for an explanation, and I just have taken Indigo, and the time frame is 1 day. So before we talk about this support and resistance, it is very important you understand certain things in the support and resistance. So the first one, when we say support, it means there is a demand for the particular product or equity on a particular price. Whenever we say resistance, it means that there is a supply. It means that it's not going to be continue to have the rally and people are going to exit from the current position. And so the support and demand, we will refer that as an uptrend, and the resistance or supply, we will refer that as a downtrend. And during this journey, we will have a process called accumulation and reaccumulation. And during the journey of resistance, we will have a process of distribution and redistribution. Okay, so these six different terminologies you guys have to remember, because it's all a very similar meaning, but you need to understand when someone is using it what they are referring to. Okay, all right. So let's directly look at the charts now. It doesn't matter which time you are into and which chart type. So for example, here we have you know this, what do you call, uh, the chart types, right? So currently we are having handle. So if you go to bar also, the concept of looking at the support and resistance would be same. If you go to line also, the support and resistance, looking at the way how we see the steps, it would be same. Okay, all right. So since we would be mostly using candle, we will stick to candles only. As you know, let me quickly talk about one important thing before we understand the support and resistance further. As you know, if there is a green candle, this maybe this would be a better option. So this place, this is open, and this place is low, and this place is high, and this is what? Close. It means that for this particular candle, when the market started, this is the price it started. During the journey, this is the low it hit, and this is the maximum rally it could take, and this is where when the market closed, the price got closed with. Very similarly for the red candle, this is so opposite. So the open happens here, and this is what the high, and this is what the low, and this is what the close. Why am I telling you right now? Because when you're looking at the support and resistance, it is important for you to understand the high, open, close, and low. If you don't have that basic understanding, it will be difficult for you to understanding this as well, right? So now let us look at this, price at a higher level. So when you see, when at this particular chart, it is very easy for anybody to say that the price has started its journey from here and it went till here. Okay, it means that this is uptrend, right? And at the same time, when the price is falling from here and it is currently trading at this place, it is called as downtrend. Correct? Right. So the trend at the uh, uh, you know with various periods, when we are looking at it, we may see it at a long term period only, not for a intraday, right? So let me clear this and I will zoom out. And if you are going to trade for an intraday, you don't have to refer that level, but anything which is fits to your screen would be sufficient for you to understand what would be the very prominent support area and what would be the prominent resistance area, right? So what is support? So let us understand that this is a step, a staircase, right? And you are standing here, and when you are throwing out a ball, right, you could throw a ball to certain place, right? The maximum capacity or your optimum level where you can throw the ball, that the ball cannot go more than that, isn't it? So that place called is a resistant. So ball will not come instantly back to you, right? So ball will take its up and down, it will come slowly to you. So whenever it is touching on the surface and it is trying to reverse, that place is called support. So that is what you need to remember. Where it can go high is resistant, where it can come to the bottom and try to go up again, which is called support. And one more thing, it is not necessary that all the times it has to go back to the same place where from where it was coming from. Okay, right? So when you look at this chart, right, this price area have been tested many times and the prices started going up, right? Here also you see, and here also you see, and I'm expecting, since this is at the support area, it might go from here. It doesn't matter where it is going to end. All we matter to understand that will it go from here or not, right? So when you are trying to do the support and resistance calculation on the charts, it is very much important what is that period that you are choosing, right? As I said, if you are going to be using this for an analysis to predict what could be the price for tomorrow, then you can use one day. At the same time, if you're going to not to do intraday but you're going to buy for future, then still you can use for the day. If you're a long-term investor, it is better you go with week. So why we need to choose the higher time frame if we wanted to purchase a stock for a future perspective? You see, this is a one candle for a week. You need to remember this very clear, right? So this one candle is very clearly telling you this is where it started in that previous week. This is where it went high and this is where it closed. It looks like the low and close almost very much same. Okay, and if you see in the history, the same area have been tested again, right? So we are talking about last one and a half year. So this price what we are currently at, it's kind of a very prominent price where many buyers have shown interest to buy it earlier. Okay, so if you are an investor, it is a good place for you to really get into the market so that you can expect to see these kind of a price benefits. So starting from here, up to 2200, it is easy to come in future. And since this is weekly, you have to really wait for that period to get covered. Okay, right? So why I was talking about this weekly calendar, I mean weekly candle size for the buying opportunities, let me change this to day one, 5 minutes. So when you're looking at the day for the entire last week, starting from 9, see the journey of this particular stock, you had so many up and down in this, and this is actually a noise. So any investor who wants to get into any stock would not prefer to do analysis with this 5 minutes or less than 1 day time period, definitely they want to keep at least 1 day candle size or 1 week. That would be a very good area for them to predict the candles better or the prices better. So whenever you are looking into it, it is very much possible for you to get into day or 5 minutes. Depends upon what type of a trader you are or an investor you are, right? So let us now talk about the real support and resistance. Okay, right. So I will change this to 1 day for a better clarity. As I said earlier, support and resistance is always about the history of the prices where people had interest to buy more, where people interested to sell more. Okay, so this is a price range. So it's not like all the times you have to keep one horizontal line to say this is a support line, right? So sometimes the price can drop little further to that line as well, as you see here. So this is called zone. So whenever you see there is a wick formed, which is called zone. So the support zone I'm talking about, from the investor perspective, not from the intraday perspective, but the concept is still same. You have to reapply the same when you're really trading into the intraday market as well. So this is a zone where the buyers have shown interest. And if you are an investor and you wanted to buy a stock, you should not be actually buying in this zone. You should wait and you have to take a confirmation that the price is going above this zone. It means that, see, because you see, uh, you might have assumed that okay, this is going up because this is at support zone. You might have bought immediately, but actually what happened, the next day it went down, right? So, and maybe this is a good area for you to buy, but you can't confirm, right, whether the price will come back for any reason. So you have to really wait for that, the price to come out of the zone, then only you need to enter into a position. So if you have entered here around 1624, so this is an area where the price have rallied almost about 100 rupees. So per share you could have gained for 100 rupees just in a week's time. Okay, right. So this is called a support zone. So when we look at the history, every time when people think a particular company can go up to this price and it may not have a value more than this, then people will start exiting from that. So which is called, that particular pricing is called resistance. So if we look back, so this is the area where people did not have more interest on this stock. History actually repeats, that is what happened. And in this area, people were not having interest on this particular stock to keep it for a longer time than whatever they were holding. That's why they were selling it off. So this is called resistance, and we can draw that as a zone again to call it out as a resistance zone. Okay, all right. So when we look at this support zone and resistance zone, many people would be thinking that a price will go higher from here, I will enter. So people make mistakes. People buy from here and it will go down. So this is support zones, or the resistance is not the right place for you to buy. It's a right place for you to sell. So whenever you're entering into support zone, should you exit immediately? No. So there is a process called a trailing stop loss. If you remember, in our previous session we were talking about a trailing stop loss. So you are holding a share of Indigo, the price has come here and it did not even reach, or it did not close on this support zone. So you can really wait for that confirmation to happen. If the stock is going below than this price, then you can confirm it is going to fall, or you can really wait and move your stop loss from in this zone based on your comfort. So I can't tell you exactly where, but when it is really happening during the market hours, you need to take a decision accordingly, right? So we talked about what is support and what is resistance, and we talked about what is support zone and what is the resistance zone. In other words, we are going to call them as a demand and supply zone as well, right? So now we will talk about the accumulation and reaccumulation, or distribution and redistribution, right? So since we are going to do the trading in intraday, I will change this to 5 minutes for a better understanding. So basically, this is what our previous day's session for this company Indigo. So what has happened? The market opened here at 9:15, and during the first 5 minutes it went till here. This is a high price, and this is the low price, and this is where the price got closed. So usually people say, the intraday, there are different category of people. People who always use 5 minutes and 15 minutes, and some people use 30 minutes or 1 hour also, right? So for the people who blindly believe 5 minutes is the best one, so they will say this is the open range for a particular stock, meaning a buyer and seller, they are deciding for a day within that 5 minutes to say where the price can optimally trade between for a day. So if you see, now let me just clean it up for you. This is the first 5 minute zone, right? If you see, most of the hours in this trading area only the price were fluctuating, and it did not go more, and it did not traded for a longer period. At the same time, it did not go down, and it did not traded for a longer period. So out of the um, between 9:15 to 3:30, the price was trading most of the times between this range only. So this is called open range, and there is a strategy called open range breakout that we will see in future. The intraday traders whoever using the breakout would try to take this particular zone to break out and take the benefit. This is called a speculation. Okay, right. Now let us talk about the support and resistance for an intraday with a little an indicator called pivots. Okay, so pivots are um, something that calculates based on the previous day trading. So this is the zone where we are saying pivot. This is the the four place we can talk about it based on the previous day. For the next day, the resistance level and the support level, the system will calculate on its own, and it is not necessary all the times the price has to go up to the resistance level, or it has to go to the support level. It can be, we can consider to some extent that this is a price where it will go more, or this is a price where it can fall to the max, but it is not necessary that it has to happen in that way. Okay, so I'm not telling you you should not use this pivot, the uh, R1, R2, or S1, S2. You can keep this as a reference if you are a beginner, but it's not all the times the price will be reacting for this. All right, so now we will try to mark on our own, understanding the support and resistance zones using the history of the price. As you are an intraday trader, actually we don't need the pivots. Let's use the candles. We'll see the price actions where people interested to buy more, where people don't have an interest and they have sold. So let us assume that okay, we are unable to do replay with this. So I will hide today's the previous sessions. Okay. So now this is the history of the price, what we have. If you recall what I said earlier, where the price did test at the low and started going up, which that particular place is called support. If the same price was tested again in a different time, which is so then that particular area is called as support zone. The same thing goes for resistance. So this is called resistance, and the same price was tested once again. So this particular area is called resistance zone. So now we will try to mark this area and see, or maybe I can use a box also. Okay, and similarly we can draw one here. Okay, so now let us try to understand. I'll put one horizontal line as well. We'll see at any point in time in the previous session, these support levels or the resistance levels have been respected or not. Okay, so the price was trading here, which was in the zone of this resistance and support, right? See, it went up exactly to that level where people were thinking that it is not having more value, and it started falling down from there. And it exactly from the same zone where we have marked as support, the price started, the price stopped. It did not go further over there. Okay, we will take some other stock, Reliance. So we will try to do the same thing here. This is a old price. And so when you see historically, this is the place where the price was tested once, twice, and thrice, but it did not stay over here, it fell. Okay, and I wouldn't say this is resistance because there is no consistency here, but maybe we can call this as a resistance, but this will become like a sideway. Okay, so as you know, this is upward, this is downward. When the price is not going any between, if it is not in a particular direction, then we call that as a sideward. So this is basically a sideward movement, and this is a breakdown of the sideway. Okay, so but still this is place is kind of a respected one, so we can consider that as a support as well. So let me mark this line as a support. And historically, when we see, the price reacted here and here, right? And here. So this is called a resistance zone. And here also the price, reacted very much. So now we will try to mark this area. Okay. And one thing you need to remember, when the price is, coming from here and it is going here, which is called as resistance, right? The moment it is broken up and the price is going up, and this resistance line will act as a support. So when the price is falling down, this will come here, and again it will have a journey further, or it will come here and break down fully. Okay, right? So remember this, you would see it at many places, right? So now we will mark this or this particular area as a support, and we will again mark this particular area as a resistance. So maybe we can have this box also given. All right, so now let us see how these levels were respected in the past session. You have to use always the history price to understand the respected areas. Okay, so this is the 19th market. Actually the price started on the support zone, or the support area or the support line. See, that's why it rallied up, because this particular area or zone or this price is having that buyer strength or the demand for this price. That's why it is going up. It went up and it is fell down, but it did not break here. Again in this range it's going up, and where it went to our supply zone. So the price was actually was playing up and down in that supply zone. Okay, and again it came here, again it went up, and it again fell down. So if you see the range where we have identified as a resistance and support, the price was trading between that period only. So you should not be in, if you are buying here, then this is an area you should be considering this as a target to exit, because it is highly possible the market may respect the past prices. Actually it is respecting here. The same way market may consider, or if you see it's already considered, came here and again it started going up, right? So I was referring that accumulation and uh, distribution, right? So basically the price started here, it went up, came down, went up, and if you see for the about 1 hour, the price was in this zone only. So based on the direction, we have to consider whether this is a accumulation or a distribution. So basically, this is a resistance area. So we have to analyze whether this is going to fall from here or it is going to, break up from here. So this is an accumulation area. If the price is breaking up and continuing the rally, and the same area will be considered if the price is falling here. So actually, if you see the price had actually broken up, but it did not sustain it. So this is a fake breakout. Okay. So speculators will earn at this price distance also wherever it is broken at 467, and it went up to around 72778. So that is still a good movement, right? 10 rupees always, I mean almost. So this is called accumulation, and if it is breaking up it is called accumulation, and when it is breaking down it is called distribution. Okay, so we will just take one more stock. I mean, are you guys are following? You have any question? I'm the only one speaking.
I'm following, Param.
All right. So we will take any other company. You tell me, Ramya, what any company name?
Adani, Wilmer.
Adani Wilmer, it's a new one. Tell me something which is old, because we may not have a good history now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we
Okay,
will take
Nestle.
this Nestle. Okay. All right. So when we are talking about this, so this is the last session, right? It doesn't matter the size of the company or the price of a particular stock. It is always same from the resistance and support point of view. So if you see in this history, this price was respected and this price was respected, right? When it is coming about the supply or the resistance, this price was respected. So when we are talking about zones, then we can consider from this area to this area as a zone. Okay, and when we are talking about support, then we can consider this zone as a support, because this is where the price is respecting. All right, so we will try to mark this area in horizontal lines also. Right, so and we were talking about distribution and accumulation, right? You see the price came to this area, the resistance area, and it is just going up and down in this range. and it started falling down. So this is called distribution, right? And this is also an example for a distribution. So this consolidation should happen before the stock is, taking any kind of a journey. So we should consider distribution only in the up, meaning accumulation only in the uptrend, meaning price is coming here, and it is doing up and down, and it's going up again here, which is called accumulation. Okay, the price has come down again, and it was doing this, up and down, and again it is going up. This is called reaccumulation. Okay, the same thing, which is opposite, price is falling down, and at one place it took a support, and it is doing, up and down here, and again it breaking down. This is called, distribution. So the same thing happens up and down, again it is falling. This is called a redistribution. Okay, right. So now look at these price levels, that how market has reacted for in the past session. You see, the price has, opened here, and it fell down, it went up. This is a range for the day which was formed, and it was trading between the range, and it came up to the resistance level, but it did not go further, and it respected the previous history where the prices have been traded. So when I say previous history, it's not always should be some months. If you're an intraday trader, last 5 days, referring the last 5 days would be sufficient. So it came here, and it started falling down. So maybe you can ask me, Param, whenever the price is touching here, should I sell immediately? No, never ever do that mistake. You should not sell immediately when the price is coming to this range. You should wait for the confirmation. Now let us talk about how to take a confirmation. So this is the area where you should be very, very careful, because you did not learn how to trade so far. You just so far understood what we can call that as a support, what we can call that as a resistance. But how to use the support and resistance, you need to be very careful now. So I always, you need to ensure that whatever the price that are trading currently in the market, you need to refer the volume as well. Okay, you may ask, price is the factor that we are considering, right? And why volume now? So the volume will tell you where the number of people have more interest for a particular price action to happen. Okay, for example, let us take this first candle, right? So what happened here? Basically, it is a gap up. What is the meaning of gap up? The price for the previous day closed here, but the next day it opened here. So it means that when we are considering from the previous day close, the for a particular stock on the present day, it has a gaining. So gaining of some value. So which is called gap up. So in that gap up, when you're referring the volume, this is the volume for that. Okay. You see, the price relation for the volume, this is a very huge volume what you're seeing now, and the same huge impact which has happened for a particular candle. But when you are looking at the next candle, you do not have the same impact, right? So the volume is very low here, and it traded with a very small price. Again, it is very low, it traded with a very small price, right? So the volume and price is always very, very important. So now let us understand, um, since our range for the day is, calculated or identified. I'll change this color to this pink. Okay, so now we have identified a, range for the day. So this is where the price started, and this is the difference between high and low for the day. So can we say this is a support for this particular stock on a particular day, and this is a resistance level? Yes, we can say that. So here, whenever you are looking at the support or resistance, you have to consider the volume also to some extent. So let us try to understand more from the volume perspective. So what is the first candle telling you? The first candle is telling you that we do have a sales pressure on the first candle. It did have a gap up. People were thinking that the price is very costly for the stock, and people started selling it off, and it came down, right? And when you're looking at the next candle, it took a support from here. That is the meaning, right? It did not fall further. It took a support from here, and the closing price for the next candle is here. So the volume saying that people are showing interest to buy. Okay. However, does it having strength? No, it is not having a strength, because the number of participants, or the number of shares traded, is very low when we are comparing to the previous volume. So this is not a strong one, but this is a support area where price started reversing, but this is not a strong one. So every time whenever you are referring the volume, you need to refer a volume where it had a high volume when you are comparing to the previous one. So in that way, we can say this one is having a high volume. It means that this is a respected uh, candle, this one. Okay. And this is the next one. And this is the next one. This is the next one. Okay. So when you're talking about the volumes are continued in an, so this is one volume. Next is this much volume. Next is this much volume. So you can consider this is an extended volume. You don't have to consider that as a separate one. All three, if you combine together, what would be the impact? You can have that in mind. Okay. So I would say, because this is going in this ascending order or in an uptrend in this volume point of view. So this is an extended confirmation candle. Okay. Right. And after that, this is the next volume candle. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this is again a continued confirmation candle. This one, this one. Okay, it is sufficient. So now what's happened here for these candles on the price? What was the impact you need to understand? So for a simpler side, we will try to say among this all, this is the first candle where the volume showed high. Okay, so let us mark that zone for a better understanding. Okay, and we will mark again that zone. Okay, so please remember what I said earlier. Support means where the price is respecting the fall and it is going up from here, and resistance mean where people consider that is the area where it can go more and the price will start falling down, right? And when you see, you have to have this support and resistance always should have a confirmation with the volume. So this volume, what is it saying here? This is the place with the volume where many number of buyers considering that particular place or a price as a strong one. So what happened here? There is a big volume and buyers are, entering more, and we have a breakup. And again, the price started falling down. But do you see, did it fall more than this? No, it did not, fall more than this. So this zone is a support zone. Any time when a stock is trading above the zone, which is called resistance, and any time, which is falling below, which is called bearish. Sorry, I wanted to say it in that way. So this is bullish and this is bearish. So can I close my eyes and buy it immediately when it is going above? No, I don't mean to say. You should be taking a confirmation that whether that particular price can be respected or not. So we will see this whether we can do buy or sell. So price came here, it took a support, it started going up. You need to wait for a confirmation which price can be considered as a respected one. Okay, right. So you hear this particular one. So starting from here, this is the next candle where it is showing the strength of buyers with volume. It means that this can act as a resistance level too, meaning when buyers are coming out with more price and volume, when the price is breaking this, then this could be you know a good price for you to enter. Okay, if the price is not breaking up and it is again coming to this zone, then when it is breaking the below, you can go for a short. And again, when you're going for a short, and this is what your support zone, you have to ensure that you are respecting this support zone and you are exiting. So let me tell you, how would I, take a trade on this? So as you know, this is a support zone. Price started going down, price came down. I'm waiting for a confirmation. I got a confirmation on this candle because it is showing me the price and the volume. So whenever the price is going to break this, I have to consider this particular zone as a bullish one and I have to enter here. And whenever the price is falling down, I have to consider that as a bearish zone and I have to short this position, and I have to keep my target. If I'm selling 100 shares, when the price is reaching this particular area, I have to at least sell out 75, meaning buy out 75 or square of 75 percentage of my positions, so that I can lock my profit. Okay, so does it mean that price will come here and instantly again go back to this? It may be yes or no. If that is the case, the 25 percentage, when it is coming above your price, cost price, you can exit. It means that the 75 percentage profit, whatever you have had, that will be locked, and you can use this 25 percentage as a trailing stop loss till you have a 15 percentage of profit in your pocket. So it's not about just taking a trade, and you have to remember how we have to secure the profit, right? So now I will tell you how did I trade my last trade with Airtel. So so we do exactly the same calculation. Okay, so when we are analyzing the support and resistance, we will ignore the last session one. Okay, so as you know, this is the area where the price was tested multiple times. So this is my support area, and where the price has respected many times. And remember, previous resistance or support can act as each other. Okay, so this is a support zone, and I will mark this price because the price is trading below, right? When it is coming up, this would act as a resistance for me, right? So now we will compare what has actually happened on ad Airtel, and how did I take my position. So what is the first candle tells you? The first candle tells you this is a range for the day formed. Okay, you have a high volume and you have a big price range, and this is actually not a narrow one, this is a wide range candle. Okay, wide range meaning a candle which is forming very big on the first 5 minutes. You see, you don't see anywhere such size of a candle in the entire trading session. So this is called wide range candle. If the candle size is very small with an average size like this, then that will called as narrow reached candle. And so since this is our open reach candle, we need to see how the price is reacting for the market, right? So price started and it fell here. Again, it started going up. It fell here. This is a journey. But how I took a consideration and how did I enter into this trade? So as I told you in my previous example for Nestle, we have to wait where the candle with the volume is taking a support. Actually, here it took a support and reverted. But where we had a volume, so this is a place where we had a volume. Okay, let me clean it up and draw better. So this is where the volume generated. Okay, so it means what? whenever the price is trading above this price, that is considered as bullish. Whenever the price is trading below, the price is considered as bearish. So now what happened? I do have a confirmation on the next candle. I wouldn't say confirmation, but the next candle did not go above. But the next candle, it's broken down. Okay. But I don't have a volume confirmation for me to take a trade on this particular candle. Okay. See the volume when compared to the previous candle, the volume is less here. Okay. So that is not our candle for us to consider or enter into the market. We have to wait for that confirmation to happen with the volume. So now actually what happened? The third candle, you do have a confirmation with the volume that people are not interested further on this particular stock. So it fell down on the first candle, it went up, it formed a resistance zone, and it started falling down. We do have a confirmation where the sellers are more interested, and whenever the price is breaking here, we have to go for a short. So before going out short also, we do have a next one more candle also confirming you this green candle. But in the green candle, when you see it is really pressed more with the sellers only. Otherwise, if more buyers are then you should have a green body more, right? So it is not having that strength. So I have already kept a short order in advance. So I have entered it. So from here, you have to really, rally further your trail stop loss. How to identify the target and all, we will see in a separate session, because you need to have a collective confirmations in order to do that. But maybe for now, you can still consider the volume as a confirmation only. So in other ways, so this is the place where you are entering, right? So you need to have a stop loss in place, right? So what could be the stop loss? So this is where we do have the resistance zone. If the price is going above and breaking this area, then this is what your stop loss. You should not really wait. And sometimes it is possible for the price to go from here and again it will start further down. Okay, so I'm not telling to exit immediately when the price is telling. Wait for that confirmation to happen for the price to break. Okay, right. So here that is not happening. Okay, right. So we can consider this swing high as our stop loss. So what would be our target? Where you have to have that reverse confirmation for the price to happen. So this is a seller strength. This is also a seller strength. This is also a seller strength. And this one, when you look at, it is a green one with the full body, but you don't have a confirmation that with the volume. So you might think that, okay, I have a big green candle, I have to exit. You don't have to. You can still wait, because when you're saying this is what my stop loss, you keep that as a stop loss, because you don't have to trail your stop loss because the price is not fallen so much. Okay, right. So what is the next candle says? Next candle again with the volume, we have a confirmation it is not having a strength. So again, price has started falling. Again, we don't have a volume where, the buyers are more available. Okay, so this is the candle where you have a confirmation with more number of buyers enter here. It means that maybe you have to stop keeping this, particular stock from your short position. This is a place for you to exit. So where I should exit? You can exit anywhere, you know, between this range, but anywhere meaning how would I confirm where I should exit? So definitely you need to wait for that 5 minutes to get over. So once that 5 minutes get over, then you would know what is the impact of the volume and what has happened here, right? Maybe so this is the close price of the candle and this is the highs. So between this price you can exit anytime. So what if Param, it went and it fooled us again, it is falling down. It may happen, but to some extent, this is where we have to consider as a target price and we have to exit. If it is falling down further, don't be greedy and don't take any position further. Okay. So this is how you need to play with intraday positions, using just last 2 3 days analysis. But for entering into the trade using the support and resistance, you have to really need to know and learn how to use the volume and how to take a confirmation before executing any trade. And until that confirmation comes, you have to wait, because at many chances there are people available to manipulate a particular stock to give you a tempt that it will go high and you will lose it. So you have to really wait and react. So any questions, anyone?
Param, just now I joined. I didn't see your message actually.
No problem. I do have a
Hmm.
recording. Maybe I will
Hmm.
share you. You can look at it once again.
Yeah.
But from this, support and resistance point of view. But so far, if you guys have any questions, still you can ask.
I don't have any questions, Param. I will go
Hmm.
through it again because, uh, yeah, I'm following not 100%. Maybe I need more time, or maybe I need to see myself and understand. Uh, Go through
Right.
this.
So let me just quickly
It
summarize.
seems it requires more practice.
Definitely, in one day, in this one session, you can't learn everything. So definitely, you need more
More,
time
yeah,
and
more
patience
and more.
to learn this. Right.
Yes.
So I'll tell you once again where the price is reacting for the fall, which is called support in a very layman term.
Mm.
Where the price is respecting that the particular stock is not having value anywhere and it's
Resistance.
starting falling down, which is called resistance. Okay. And in other words, we can call this as a demand zone and we can call this as a supply zone.
Supply.
Yes. And between these zones, this will be an uptrend, and whenever it is falling, this will be a downtrend. Okay. And sometimes when the stock is taking any journey towards any position, you know uh, see this is a place of accumulation, because it started from here, came here, and it was doing up and down. It was consolidating in this range before taking any further move. So this is called accumulation. And the same way, before the stock is falling at any place, it is, let us find one distribution. Yeah. So if you see here, the stock is doing zigzag here before this fall happened, right? So this is called a distribution, though it is not a very big wavelength here, but still that's an area. Yeah. See this particular one, this is a up and down here from this fall, and you can call this as a distribution. Okay.
So,
So on a
so,
very, yeah.
so when this distributions range will create that bound, that if it is a break, there we have to enter.
Yes, so that is what I was, referring before.
Hmm.
Before you come to a conclusion that you need to enter, you need to take a confirmation with the volume also.
Okay.
Okay, so if you see for this particular trading session, this is a range for the day it formed.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it is highly possible for the stock to trade between this range for the entire day. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever it is going up, we call that as a break up, and whenever it is going down, we call that as a break down. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So when it is breaking up, you need to have a confirmation through volume whether you can take that particular trade or not. Let me zoom in this further
Okay.
so that we will have a clarity. So what is the journey here? The price, this is a range formed, and the price took a support here, and it started going up, and but we don't have a confirmation with the volume. because the volume is going down, right? Though the price
Yeah.
is going up, the volume is not going down. It means that you don't have any kind of a price relation over there. It's not having a strength, okay, at that
Mm.
point in moment. So where the first volume, it happened here. So this is the first volume where the buyers are confirming that this is a good place for me. Okay.
Mm.
So anything or any time when the price is, trading above this range, which is called bullish, when the price is, going below, which is called bearish. Very simple.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm.
if you see the next candle, what happened? Volume dropped. Next candle also 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 volume dropped. Okay.
Mm.
So in this
Mm.
place, if you see, we identified what would be our support or a resistance zone, right?
Yeah. Mm.
So it is started accumulating here. Why am I using the word accumulate? Because it's broken up. Okay.
Ah.
But
Mm.
Param, at real time, how do I know it is going to break up or down? That is a question everyone would ask, no,
Mm.
right? So this is
Yeah.
where, because we already identified that whenever the price is going above this particular range, that will be called as a bullish. Whenever the
Mm.
price is falling down here, then that will be called as a bearish, right?
Bearish.
So
Yeah.
what has happened? The price started taking a journey towards breaking this up. And what is happened here on the volume also, it is confirming the same, correct? So
Yeah.
this should be your buy entry. This is where you have to buy your stock.
Okay.
Okay. If you are buying your stock here, where is your stop loss? This is your support zone, because I told you below this, it will be your bearish, no? So
Bearish.
this is
Yeah.
what your stop loss. When the price is going down, you have to keep this as a stop loss. So where I should keep it as a target, this is where your resistance of the previous history helps you,
Okay.
right? So the
Yeah.
previous history is telling you this is a price where stocks reacted very much.
Ah.
Very simple, no? You come here
Yes.
to the same zone, price went up to that low zone only, and it did not go further. And if it is going above that also, don't worry about that. Let it go. Who cares?
Yeah.
Because we don't know after that what will happen. But we know for sure that it is highly possible price might come up to here, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let us assume that you have taken 500 shares of this breakdown of what price, 726 rupees, and when it is coming to this price range, this is 730, right? So let us easily round it 4 rupees. So with 4 rupees of your benefit for 500 shares, you usually gain a 2000 rupees,
2000.
right? So
Yeah.
at the same thing, when it is happening here, this is we actually, 1:1 ratio. Okay. Why am I saying 1:1 ratio? See your this price. This is 726 and this is almost
722.
722, right? So it means that you should be ready to take either profit at 2000 or loss 2000.
Mm.
But if you are not identifying this zone, it means that you are letting the loss run for more than 2000, isn't it? And
Correct.
if you know for some reason during the work or trading hours you wanted to really wait for some more time for the price to you if you want to gain more, then you have to be patient and get the same confirmation. So if I am trading, what I would do, I would square off my 75 percentage of position at this price. Okay, 75
Mm.
percentage of my position would be what? So almost I'm not good at a calculation here. So
Mm.
25 and yeah,
Fine.
so 375 shares I will be selling off at this price, right?
Mm.
So after that, I need to wait for a confirmation whether the stock is resisting over there and falling down or not. How we can get a confirmation? So the previous candle, and so when this candle we are talking about, this is what the high and this is what the low, right? If the
Mm.
price is breaking this price, breaking this low of the candle, it is better to exit the remaining 125 at this price. Okay. So you already locked to 75% of your profit, right? And you're just trying to trail your journey. If it is going up, if it is failing to go up, because we don't know from here whether it will, if it is falling down, you see, what if such a big candle is falling instantly, and sometimes it will come here and again it will go up. Anything is possible, but you can't, or you will not know what will happen, right? So for the remaining 25%, you need to have your stop loss order ready. So if the
Okay.
price is breaking here, at least you will have the 25% with a small profit, at least not a loss. Okay.
Correct.
So you kept your stop loss here, but the price did not break. It means that you can continue your journey further for some time. Okay. So now let us look for the volume confirmation from here. So here you had a bullish candle basically with volume. So the next one, you do have a selling pressure. So any trader will be thinking what, oh my God, now I do have more sellers volume. And but when you compare this volume and this volume, see here you do have a price relation with the volume. Candle size is big, volume size is big, but the next one volume size is big, but the candle size is very small. So this is where you have to be little alert, because this is indecisive place. Volume is selling, price is, having not having the sorry, that is a place where people might execute their share slot. But actually what happened on the next candle, this is where whoever sold, see, people might be thinking, no, this is my resistance, I will initiate my short. Many people would do no. So actually,
Correct.
if they started, the next candle actually fooled them. It went up. Correct. So after it went up, you don't have any confirmation where the price is falling. Okay. And you have your stop loss already available. Correct. So what you
Yeah.
can do from your this position, you can trail your stop loss from here to here. Okay. And price came down. It did not break. You should keep that 5 paise, 10 paise little distance. You should not keep exactly at this price. Okay. So it came to this, and again it started going up, right? And again you compare with the volume, and you do have a good volume, and stocks are continue to go up. And this is where you have a confirmation where volume is very high when compared to the previous one. So it is very safe zone for you to exit, because when we are understanding the candle pattern and all, we will say, okay, that now I will say, like, by looking at the candle, selling pressure is high on this candle, and volume is also high when compared to the previous one. So this is a very safe zone for you to exit with a profit. Okay, so we will take one
Yeah.
more example. You tell me any company.
Eicher.
Which one? Sorry.
Eicher Motors.
HR Motors. Okay. Okay, so we are on 10th. Okay. What's happening? Okay. So, okay, this is 10 now. We have already seen. So let's not look at, we will take this day or any day where we are not seeing. Okay. Right. So this is 6th day where this is what your ideal support, because you do have some pullback here. And after that, you do have a pullback here. And after that, you do have a pullback here, meaning these are all the places where people respected the price. Okay. And when we are talking about resistance, this is the place where it had a fall. Okay. And also when we look at it, this is the next place. Now the price is trading below the zone where we did not do any analysis. You don't trade that day, you go for next stock. Okay. So we will take any day. What, it did not come to this level at all or what? Okay. So now what happened? You do have a day range framed. So how the day range framed? This is the high and this is the low. Okay. At the very start, anything goes above, I should consider as bearish, and anything goes below, I should consider, bullish and bearish. It doesn't mean that you have to blindly take that as a confirmation. Okay. Because you already have measured these are all some resistance or support zones as per the previous days, right? Since the price is coming from the bottom, then this will act as a resistance only. You understood? Right.
Yeah.
So now what is happening? First candle formed with a high volume and a big, this is a wide range candle, not a narrow one. Okay. Because the volume is big and the candle size is also big. So now we have to start look for where the real resistance is forming. Okay. So this is the first candle where you have either side. It doesn't matter like uh, it's a buyer or seller. Either side is what you need to see where the respect is happening. Okay. So this is the first candle where the buyers respected with the volume. Okay. And it is not necessarily you need to have a wide candle, very big one for this volume. Okay. So we will mark that area in a box for a better understanding. Okay. Right. So now price is coming here, and as you know, anything happening, any price is trading above, this will be considered as our bullish, and anything happening below, which will be considered as a bearish.
Bearish.
Right.
Yeah.
And we will see the volume now. So this is the big volume, and the next candle is this, and this is the big volume. Okay. So on a real time, what has happened here? You might have entered by here because price broken up. Correct. See, because the volume is also high and the price is also broken up, but basically you might have entered by thinking that it will go up because you have a volume confirmation, right? But actually it did not go. Okay. And what happened? It reversed eventually. But already this is your stop loss.
Yeah.
Correct. So in this range, your stop loss is very minimal. You are not losing much. Okay. Param, can I immediately short? Yes, you can do short, but you need to have a volume confirmation again for the short. Okay. So next candle, what happened here? And you don't have a volume confirmation here. When we compare to the previous candle, this is a small volume. This is a previous candle. The volume is high for this, right?
Yeah.
And next candle, when we are going here, the volume is high, but the candle, it's not showing the seller strength, right?
Yeah.
If it is having more seller strength, like the body is high, then it's an area where we can consider, okay, seller is very much interested to sell it up. But the thing is, and one more thing you need to be considering here, this is nearby the support zone, support,
Yeah.
because this is where the journey started, no, in intraday, where it is highly possible for price to come here and fool you immediately and it will go. If you are shorting blindly here, then you have to keep this is your target and you have to close your position. This is also good only, like your here it's 1:2 ratio. Okay. So this is what your loss zone. And if you're shorting here, this is what your profit zone, right? This is a good trade, but volume is not confirming. If I were you, I would really might not take a decision. I would just ignore this trade. I would just take this loss, leave it. I might not do it. Okay. But actually what happened here? It came here on this support zone and again it went up, no? That is what happened. When it is coming up, Param, can I trade again? No. You should not consider this zone again because this is already a respected one. Okay. And it is not a necessary because the price is coming from the bottom. No, when the price is coming from bottom, what this is called?
Very
Resistance.
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 Right. So it is highly
Yeah.
possible price might come and again it will fall down. So you should not be considering this zone at that moment as a support zone, because here you are considering bullish because that is when it's formed. Okay. But again, you should not consider when the price is going up. Okay. You have to really look for the same scenario which has happened on the bottom side where the volume has generated. Okay. So actually where the volume generated in this candle, volume is generated. Right.
Yes.
Mm.
So now can we assume that if the price is, and this is at a support zone, it's already here, right? And when we are comparing to the previous line, it is highly, see, actually that is what happened. I didn't even look at it. This is a previous support zone. Price came here and it is showing the buyer strength. That's why you are seeing a green portion. Volume is very high. When the next candle breaking above, you can keep that as a entry position, and below to this candle, you can keep that as a stop loss. Okay. And after that, you can really wait for the price to come to this resistance zone and you can really exit here as a profit. So here also, if you see, almost 1:2 profit. This is what your one portion as a risk if it is breaking down, and this is what your two portion as a profit. Okay, let us see from the price perspective. So this is almost a 10 rupees, I would say, right? So 10 rupees loss, if you are taking 100 shares, then your risk would be 1,000 rupees here, right? And if you are waiting for this resistance zone, when the price is entering here only, if you exit, it is about a 2429, and you are buying at 2410, almost 19 rupees, right? So for 19 rupees, your profit is for 100 shares, 1900. So almost 1:2,
Yeah.
right? So that is how you have to use the support and resistance. So you need to wait for a confirmation and you need to respect that confirmation and you have to take your journey accordingly. This is how you can win,
Okay.
and you can reduce your loss, or you can keep your loss very, very minimal.
Okay. The same thing we can check in options buying also.
See, okay, see, options are basically derived from the futures.
Hmm.
Futures are basically derived from the equities,
Equities.
right?
Yeah.
So can I do the same thing for options? Yes, you can do, but instead of your, since the options are derived from futures, I would say you use futures for doing the calculation and not options.
Okay.
Okay, let us see that also. Okay.
Hmm.
For that, I need to use my kite, but I will tell you directly in Bank Nifty. Okay.
Hmm.
So let us clear everything. If you are asking Param, are you taking profit by following the same in Bank Nifty and Nifty? Yes,
Hmm.
sometimes, and sometimes loss also. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
because the uh, that side is very volatile, right?
Hmm.
So where is Nifty? Yeah, Bank Nifty. Okay, this is so unfortunate. I need to log into Kite because volume is not there, no.
Yeah.
So we need a contract which is showing a volume. So this is what our Bank Nifty. I will change to 5 minutes. Okay.
Ah.
So let us ignore this particular trading session. Okay. Let us see what has happened in the previous sessions. Okay. So
Hmm.
previously price respected this. Okay. So we
Yeah.
call that as a zone. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Support
we will
zone. Yeah.
mark that. This is a zone. Okay. So from here, if the price is going above, which will be considered as a support, if the price is, coming from the bottom, this will be considered as a resistance zone.
This is
Okay. Right.
yeah.
So now the price is falling. We will, use this only. Okay. Assuming that this is the day we are trading. Okay. It means that, okay, here I do have one more. Where is horizontal? Yeah. This is one line where the price is respected, and this is another line where the price is respected. Okay. So now on this particular trading day, the price has started. Okay. This is a very good example. Volume is very, very high, right? But you see the candle size, it's very small.
Yes.
So this is called the narrow range candle. Whenever the narrow range candle is forming up, either this or that, it will be a good run for us. Okay, right. So we will come to our volume calculations again.
Yeah.
So the first candle formed, where is the arrow here? Don't I have arrow here? Yeah. So the first candle where the volume generated. Okay, so this is where the volume generated. Okay, so and also this is nearby support zone, isn't it? So anything above here, I should be considering this is a bullish. Anything below, I should be considering this as a bearish. Correct?
Yeah.
So what has happened? The next candle, it fell down. When it is falling down, since this is bank nifty, then you have to look for put options. You have to, because you can't short bank nifty because the margin will be very high. If you are really crorepati, you can play here. But if we have a very small capital, then we can use PE here to enter the break. Ramya, don't get confused with the PE stuffs and all. Okay. Let me not talk about that. Just for
Okay.
easy reference, I'll tell you.
Okay.
We will assume that this bank nifty as a company, some equity stock only. Okay.
Okay.
So now if the price is, going below, we need to short, and we have to keep this as a stop loss. And the target, we can, really again have that confirmation from the volume. Until that volume is, not coming up, we don't have to worry about it. Okay. So now what has happened on the next candle? It came till here. Actually, if I were you, I will not wait for any further confirmations to happen, because it's already 1:2 we got. This is what your one loss zone, right? And this is where your, 1:2 zone. This is a very big candle, no? This is more than 2, I guess. I mean, more than 1, right? So this is a very safe zone for you to take a profit and exit. Okay, right. But again, we will, for our better understanding, we will go with the volume confirmation. So no volume here, no volume here, no volume here. Okay, so this is the next place where the volume came. Okay, if you are a safe trader, then when the price is breaking above, you should exit. You have to square off your positions, because we will not know, no, next candle, whether you should see, you should not wait what would be the volume generating, until the candle is closing. You may say, Param, volume is less, why we need to exit, but we will not know at the real time, no.
Yeah, real time, it's difficult to judge it.
So when you know there is a confirmation for the price reversal to happen, this is basically support, because the next candle is a green and it started, trading up here, right? And will it go instantly up? We don't know,
No.
right? See, whenever such kind of a pullback happens, this Nifty and Bank Nifty can react in any way, very crazily, right? So why we need to take a risk? When it is breaking up, you exit your square of positions, because still you are in profit only, this.
Yes.
The thing is, it's not 1:1, it's 1:2. So it's not 1:2, but it's 1:1. But still, you are not in the loss. You're exiting with a safe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're a risk trader, I really want more profit, or I want to take that 1% or that this loss zone I can wait, then you can do, right? Because again, you don't have any kind of a further move happened. Volume is less, and this is another very good example where the open, close, high, low, everything is same.
Yeah.
Open and high is equal to same, and close and low is equal to same. This is kind of a confirmation. Sometimes you can consider that further we will have some drop, okay?
Okay.
But the drop is not confirmed with the volume when compared to the previous candle, right?
Okay.
So the price gap when compared to this candle, it is high, but the volume
Yeah.
is not high. So it is kind of an indecisive place right now, okay? But if you're really waiting, better you can exit this place, okay? So at the real time, it did not happen here. And see, again, we have a good volume, price started going up. Now this is a time where we get more panic.
Yeah.
Why we need to panic that much? You had a profit, a good profit, you should have exited, or at least you should have exited here, but nothing has
Yeah.
happened. So now if we exited here, we might think, oh my god, I should have waited because I this fallen so much. It's okay. We don't have to be greed, because if we are greed, what if a price reversed from here and went up? You would be securing
Yeah.
this 1% loss only, where you had like 1:2 profit.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So where the price is, the volume price actions are happening, you can't use this with Nifty Bank or Nifty. You have to go with futures only if you wanted to see with the options, meaning with the
Okay.
volume.
Okay.
Yeah. So in our sessions, no, I have mentioned we will have this breakout strategy, open high, right? Maybe that time we will talk about this. Even in triangle pattern, we can say this is descending one, right? This is another kind of a confirmation that is telling you price is rallying down. Along with the volume, you can still take the short.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that is what it is for support and resistance. I think somewhat useful.
Yes. It
Yeah.
is useful. Practicing only the
Yeah. See,
option.
for practicing, no, try to do a paper trading. Paper
Okay.
trading meaning you can take in Excel, right? See the volume, how price is reacting, because you are identifying the range first. Within that range, you're identifying a confirmation candle where the bullish or bearish can happen. When you
Yeah.
have the bullish or bearish candle identified, then see where the price is breaking up. Go according to that. Simple.
Okay.
Don't wait for a big fish. As simple as at least 1:1 or 1:2.
Mm.
Okay.
You can have a consistent profit daily.
Yeah.
Assume
One
with
web.
one, yeah, sorry,
There is a one website. It's called Neostock.
which stock?
Neostock.
Neo stock.
There you can do the real-time paper trading.
That you can do here in
Neostocks.
a trading view
Uh,
only.
uh,
See this. Whenever I am done with my day now,
uh,
I come here, in paper trading, I connect it. Okay.
okay.
So when you can, put the, buy or stop. See, this is
Okay.
sale,
Uh,
not tradable. Okay, I will take something else.
okay.
See, that's it. Put sale.
Okay.
It will exactly, let us
It's
look
like
for some,
paper.
let's look for some
This.
currency.
Okay.
Currency. Okay, it looks like it's not a trading hour. Otherwise, we can try now also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so because currency, it's kind of a continued trading you will have for 24 hours or a continue. I'm not sure exactly, but you will not have kind of a trading gap.
Okay.
but anyway, it's not happening. But when it is happening, no, you can directly come here. We see, are we using any kind of an indicator or any tool? Nothing.
Nothing is
It's
yeah.
just a candle
Right.
volume, and have some patience to watch what is happening.
Okay.
That's it.
How do you select
Yeah.
the stocks to trade for a particular day, Param?
So what I do, Ramya, maybe we can cover that on a different session, not now, because
Yeah.
that will be too much information for you to gain. Okay.
Okay.
But anyway, that is part of our schedule.
Okay.
When we are talking about this strategies and all, we need to know, like, you have a strategy in place, but you can't go stock by stock and identify which is a stock is, getting that. No,
Okay.
correct. So you need to, have something in place for you to filter the stocks. That will have one more session for that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Is
Hmm.
there anything like Param, we can make a one set of stocks and observing that, or
See,
required any?
actually,
Mm,
I don't know why, but Indigo is my favorite stock, where
okay.
I was, learning all these things with Indigo only.
Okay.
And I'm not telling you should go with Indigo. So you can have any stock, but I have selected Indigo, and I was really, had a very good time with Indigo, learning a lot. Okay, so
Okay.
with our same strategy, we will consider
Uh,
the first volume has happened very quickly. We can say this is the first volume generated, right?
okay.
Where the
Yeah.
volume is generating, we can consider anything happens before above that, that is bullish, and anything happens below, it is bullish. And
Mm,
whenever the price is, trading between, we will not do, because we will not have a confirmation what will happen. No, see,
ah,
price was
yeah.
in the range. We don't have any
Yeah.
confirmation. We don't have to trade. Simply
Yeah.
wait, and you can have your, sale order in ready. Okay, but Param,
Mm,
actually, this is broken up here. Yes, this is broken up here. What if you have kept the order already? Then it is highly possible, you would be taking a stop loss also. Sometimes it
okay.
happens, that is unavoidable, right? So
Yeah.
this is a highly volatile stock. If I were you, I might keep at least 50 paise, and because the slippage is very high, right? What do you mean by slippage? You see, this is where the open happened, right? This is
Mm,
where the close happened. See, the next candle, it jumped here. This distance is called a slippage.
okay.
The close price you watch here, the close price is 1663.10, right? So the next
Mm,
candle open price is what? 1666.10. Almost 3 rupees jumped. When it is
yeah.
jumping 3 rupees, these kind of a small wick can happen.
Mm,
So for such a big priced value stock, you can have like 50 paise to 70 paise, little distance for a safer entry.
okay.
If you have entered here, so almost how much? Your stop loss is also high. Risk is very high now. It's a very big candle. This one is a very big candle, right?
Mm,
So high and low, if you see 666250, almost 16 rupees, you have to take risk if you want to take the trade.
okay.
If it is executed also, if you're really waiting till here, then if you have taken 100, then your loss is 1600.
1,600.
If you're okay, I can really bear the 1600, it is still fine. What if the trade was not executed? This is a very good momentum, correct?
Yeah.
And we had this, our support and resistance already identified. And
Okay.
actually price rallied only up to that. It's a very good place for you to exit now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it executed at, let us assume 1667. It went up to 189, right? If it is 189, how much? 77, 87, almost 22 rupees. Correct. It is more than that.
Yeah.
One is to, I would not say two, from this to 3,200 we should be getting for 1:2, but closer to it because we got up to 2,900 now.
Yeah.
It is still good now.
Yes.
Yeah, but Param, will I exactly, exit when it is trading on this price range? Yeah, we can, wait and see how the price is reacting. I don't have a volume confirmation here to exit, and I don't have but maybe this could be pressuring me, telling, hey, this is a very big candle with what to say, sellers only impacting more, right? But the volume is not supporting for that. You can wait. Maybe you can, keep this as a stop loss if the price is coming below to this, because still this
Okay.
is a good distance for you to take a gain, no?
Yeah.
And this is basically an inside candle, and the next candle formed, though it is, on the sale side. See, this candle is showing, telling you that, there is a buying pressure.
Yeah.
That's why it came up to the bottom and reversed,
Correct. Yeah.
and it touched our resistance. It touched our resistance. Let us exit. We don't have to do any analysis after it is touching our this thing. Correct.
Yeah.
That's it. Very simple thing. You don't need any technical indicators. You don't need anyone to come and tell you. You don't need a tips also.
Okay. So better observing in this kind of. So you are going to teach us the selection of stocks in next other slides, like when comes that
Yeah. So that
session.
is, see, why. Okay. Support and so this one, whatever we have seen, right?
Yeah.
That itself, is it not giving you some confidence that we can really do some trade?
Yes.
Yes. But why am I taking some more stuffs also? These are all some kind of a things would give you extra confirmation.
Yeah.
Okay, actually in my day-to-day trading I'm using these concepts.
Okay.
Okay, Bollinger Band, I was using it, but I'm not using right now because I feel this is very much good.
Okay.
I removed Bollinger Bands because there are too much in my chart.
Okay.
That gives confusion. It will not keep you in a right set of mode. You'll always panic.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
removed, but Bollinger Band is a very good one for long-term investors. It's a very good place for us to, learn.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
right. So after learning this, you almost have a strategy now using support and
Yeah.
resistance, how you have to trade, right?
Mm.
So this gap down, open equal to high, or these things, we can select stocks using this strategy, and we will use the same thing to, do a trade.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
keeping this F1O stuffs at the last because it's
Ah,
a too huge topic, right? We can't understand just like that, right?
okay.
Yeah, so it is better. Let us understand what we do is right or wrong, and then we will think about what we should be doing it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right. So you guys have to use your past history in your. I
Ah,
think trading tool. I mean, trading view itself, a best one is what I would say. Even during the market hours, you can use this buy and sell, and you can trade
Mm.
peacefully.
okay.
Whenever you are trading, you have on Excel or a notepad or a notebook. Please make a note because you need to know. I would say 1 month continuously have one strategy and follow. It's not about getting a strategy. It's about having that strategy where you are adding that weightage, where you become, a professional in that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Repeating the same activity.
Yeah. Because see, I, I, if I take any stock now, if I look at this history now, it will take fraction
Ah,
of seconds for me to tell, okay, where we have to enter, where we have to exit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Meaning, I'm not talking about the live market. Live market, the time and the patience is really required for you to analyze, right? But by
Yeah.
looking at it, okay, let me just go back to some days. Okay, we will take this day, 6th. This is the first candle where volume generated. So as per our rule, anything above here is buy and anything below is sell, bearish, right? So when this is going up, do I have a confirmation? I do have a confirmation here. This is still green and I can go high, buy, but I should be very careful here because this is within the range. It's not out of the range. Previous one, what we have seen, it went out of the range of the trading day, right? So this is the range of the day.
So, but previous volume is higher, but the second one volume is less only. So that will not be the confirmation, no?
No, I'm saying this volume.
Ah,
See, this is your days range formed.
okay, yeah.
Days
Okay.
range is, very wide. It's a wide range candle. So this candle, wide range candle itself will act as a support and resistance for you,
Okay.
right? So what
Yeah.
happened here? It went a bit broken up, but it did not go very well, right? So either you have to square off on this position or you have to wait for the price to come down and take a confirmation and exit at least with the cost.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where the, this triangle one I was talking about, no, in one of the sessions. So see, this is forming a descending triangle pattern. This is a place where we can short.
Okay.
Since we do have a range identified as a support and resistance, eventually it has to come to this range before it is, taking any further support and go up.
Okay.
See, and this position is also kind of a support only, right? You need to practice more to get that.
Okay. Okay.
If I were you, after exiting with cost, I will see for the confirmation to happen for this, triangle breakdown with volume. I will take a fresh short position and wait for this price to come and take the profit.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So daily 1 or 2 maximum trades would be sufficient. So if per trade, if you're keeping your loss as 2000, maximum 4000 is what your loss, and you can expect the same as a profit also.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So have a good night and try to practice it on the real-time market to get the more confidence you get. It will give you an opportunity to gain money.
Okay.
So Monday, Aparam, you can suggest one stock as we start with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, trading hours, I'll not be specifically telling you what you should be doing exactly. So I always, share, like this stock you guys see, this is what I'm identifying. I'm drawing and putting stuffs, right? That's all for learning only. Otherwise, why I need to spend time over there?
Yeah.
Correct. So watch it, and wherever I would say I take risk, but I don't want you to take a risk. So use the time to learn only.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we had a good session, yes,
Yeah.
for sure, and we will see it in the next one. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Param,
Right.
for your